We're now joined by Jessica.
I am the Director of Learning and Development. First thing to point out is a lot of people come to Dubai because it's the land of opportunity. But arguably we are in the most competitive real estate market in the world. Life experience is also really important to becoming a well-rounded agent.
What does retention look like?
So retention is obviously just about agents staying, and agents staying is all about them performing. I think one of the main things people need to know though is that Dubai is a place for hustling. So anything we can do to make them more confident, equip them with the skills they need, making sure they're in the right groups.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of 007 secret agents out there. We're trying to bring them out of their shell a little bit more. This is a digital age. If you're not on social media, you don't exist.
Hi guys, so we are now floating somewhere between Palm and Emaar beachfront, and we're now joined by Jessica. Hi Jess, welcome on. Jess is the Head of Learning and Development at Luxfolio, arguably one of the most important roles in the business. Jess also does and is the host of her own podcast series. So I've got mad pressure here because I'm speaking to a professional now. So Jess, do you want to just tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your time at Luxfolio, and yeah, I'll kind of pass over to you.
Well, yeah, as Richie said, I am the Director of Learning and Development. So everything to do with training, making sure that our agents, our leadership, our support functions are knowledgeable, are confident in what they do, deliver on the things that they need to deliver on, just to make the business run as smoothly as possible. And ultimately, I have been in the real estate space for almost 14 years now, which makes me seem really old.
You're not that old, Jess, don't worry about it.
For nearly 14 years, in the sort of training, learning and development space for about 5 years. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I train, I create content, I facilitate, and yeah, I do have my own podcast, so you check it out.
You can plug that at the end of
yeah,
this one.
a little plug at the end.
So when I started real estate, again, like you were going back a few years now, we're going back about 10 years, I was essentially taught a few basics, maybe in a couple of days. I was given an Excel spreadsheet. I had loads of numbers and names on. I didn't have a clue who I was calling or what I was saying, and I just kind of went for it. Now, It's safe to say that has advanced a lot. So when a new person comes into Luxfolio, they're brand new, they're starting off their career in real estate essentially. What does their first few weeks look like under your support and guidance?
Yeah, I love that question. I think the first thing to point out is a lot of people come to Dubai because it's the land of opportunity. But arguably we are in the most competitive real estate market in the world. So we definitely need our agents to feel as knowledgeable as possible, because knowledge is power. So the more knowledgeable they are, the more confident they will be with their clients. And that's the reputation that we want in the market, essentially. So the first week when they get to us is really about introducing them to their new home, their new family, which is the Lux family. And we make sure that we integrate them into, all of the things we do outside of work as well, because I think that part is important in joining a new company, feeling like you belong. So we have a lot of activities, a lot of different things that we do. So we get them into that straight away. But in terms of their learning journey, from the day one, they kind of have an orientation into the company. And then we go into learning the fundamentals of real estate in Dubai. Because even other agents that come to us, some of them have never been taught the basics of why the market works the way that it works, what is supply, what is demand, what influences that, just basic real estate fundamentals. So we actually start with the big picture, and then we get a little more focused into their niche. So whether they're leasing or sales or off-plan or commercial, we just make sure that they're set up for success. So that's a really intensive training. And then after that, also a shadowing, making sure that they stay in the academy, they're being shadowed, they're being supported. And those things like the first phone call, they are supported with that first phone call. We kind of rip the Band-Aid off, get it done in week one. It's out the way. They don't have to worry about it anymore. And then they can just get better and better at what they do. So yeah, we do offer, I think, a phenomenal amount of support, especially from where you and I started, and you just given a seat and you're like, go for it.
The good old days.
Yeah, sink or swim. We are definitely setting them up to swim and to be as efficient at their jobs as possible.
Awesome. So let's talk about the juicy stuff, which is probably retention, agent retention. Do you think I was going to go more juicy?
Yeah, I was like,
all right. Let's rein it back a little bit. Let's talk about agent retention, because so we're doing a UK and Ireland tour. We're going to Dublin, Manchester, London, and various other places. So a lot of people are going to come along to this. They're going to come in. I think we've rented some nice wine bars, etc. They're going to be speaking to our recruitment team, and probably what they're going to be thinking is retention Will they last? Will they not? Will they make it? Will they not? Because that's what everyone kind of hears is come to Dubai.
Yeah.
It's got loads of opportunity, but also they hear about all the people that don't make it and end up going home. So retention rates at Luxfolio have been on a graph upwards with you starting. That's massively improved as well. So what does retention look like, and how do you try your level best to keep people in the job and make it work for them when they're coming over and starting afresh?
Yeah, that's a great question. So retention is obviously just about agents staying, and agents staying is all about them performing. If agents perform, then they stay. I think one of the main things people need to know, though, is that Dubai is a place for hustling. Like, it's not a place for like, I'm just going to sit on the beach. Contrary to what you probably see on social media, and you see agents just chilling out, shades on, at brunches, whatever. Like, again, most competitive real estate market in the world. If you're coming here, you want to make money, you want to be the best, you're going to be working alongside the best of the best. You kind of have to have that mindset and that mentality from the very beginning if you're going to make it. I think the stories of people coming out here and going home are people that were like, well, I'll just give it a go. Maybe I'll just see. I might go in the sunshine for a while. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whereas the people that are successful are like, there is no plan B. This is going to work for me. I'm going to make it happen. And obviously the money that people are making here is like completely changing their life and their family's lives. So the opportunity is huge. So yeah, definitely we're all about just making sure that they have enough market knowledge, enough confidence, enough practice, being around successful people, integrated into our like community and all the things that we do at Lux, just to make sure they've got home away from home and a way to be as successful as possible.
Awesome. So if people are thinking about coming out, starting a fresh new career, Dubai real estate, they are torn between Luxfolio and X, Y, and Z company. What makes Luxfolio's learning and development department, what makes Luxfolio's training different to other real estate companies out there?
Oh, yes. This is actually a juicy.
Is this juicy? This is getting juicier. Tell me some horror stories from other companies. Yes, let's get into this.
If I can be completely candid, a lot of learning and development functions in real estate companies are just agents that are training.
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand learning. They don't understand like how to put frameworks in place. They don't understand different learning types, right? People learn in different ways.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one size fits all. It works. They'll tell you how to make a call and you get on with it. Ours is very different. Yes, you have an intensive at the beginning, but you have step-by-step consistent learning throughout your whole journey. So we're not just training people that are brand new. We're training people that have done it for years and years and years. We're making sure that from entry level to luxury, people have like the training that they need in order to continue to grow and evolve. And also more than that, even our support functions, other parts of the business, we want to make sure there's training for all of those people. So we're constantly providing value for our people. That's something that's really important to us. So yeah, I think a lot of real estate companies kind of stop it at induction and that's about it. Whereas we are thinking about the whole journey of the agent. We're thinking about the whole journey of anyone in our business and making sure that they have a positive experience at being part of the Lux family and they have nothing but good things to say about their time with us. So we want to make sure that, yeah, everyone feels fully supported.
Yeah, I think you touched on it there. A week's training, 5 days training, whatever. It's quite cliche in Dubai real estate, isn't it? Come to Dubai, we've got this great training program. And what it is a week and a few faces, seeing a few things, their experience. Then you're cut off. You're on the floor and you're sort of left to your own devices, let's say.
Yeah.
But what we have rolled out, what you have rolled out is ongoing programs for even high level management. I was in one the other day. You're making me do a personality test just to qualify for your training levels at the minute, which is great. So if you do come to Luxfolio, you will be subject to Jess's personality test, which is an interesting way of doing it, but it does work. But yes, this week's training that people advertise, once that's out the way, the ongoing support is one of the crucial things, even if you're in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever it is. So 100%. When we're looking at people that are slightly more experienced, what training, what workshops are you currently offering at Lux that people can take advantage of and take part in?
Yeah, so at Lux, we have monthly masterclasses. So it could be on any topic. A lot of times we give to people what they want. So depending on what agents are saying they want training on, we kind of do our calendar based on that. So we make sure that for agents that are a bit more experienced, there are different topics about. Some of them, they're kind of hit a ceiling. So this is the kind of properties that I've been selling or leasing, and I want to go up another level. So then we're going to train them about how to deal with high net worth, how to get, luxury properties, how to network and move in the right circles, black books, how to build that, like all of these things, financial literacy and understanding investments and portfolios, because those are the conversations that they're going to need to learn to have. It's different from the bread and butter of the market, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
So there are different types of training needed for different levels of the journey. And one thing that you touched on that I do want to add is that with the leadership, what's so important is a lot of companies tend to have managers that were great brokers, and managers and leaders are two different things. So it's really important that we have programs in place for our management that really ensures that they become leaders, people that like others want to follow, people that like are good at managing people. Like this is another part. We're in sales. Sales can be quite cutthroat. So you can have some managers that are, it's my way, the highway, but we do want to develop a little bit more than that and make sure that managers can have so many different people in their team and each one of those people can be successful.
You are right. People do forget to train the managers, don't they?
100%.
Yes.
And arguably, that's a retention issue, because if you don't have managers that know how to lead people, people leave. So you can give them all of these tools. So we kind of we make sure we cover all bases, basically. We're not just training the agents, we're training everyone in the business, and we're essentially creating a culture that everyone wants to join and nobody wants to leave.
So a lot of things that you're doing at the minute, Jess, you're bringing people in to do workshops, and they're not actually directly linked to sales and leasing. They're completely out of the box. They're aimed at maybe some of our higher earning brokers, let's say. So what do you have planned in store for all of us on that? I know we just sat through a fantastic financial planning one where people were getting some great information on what to do with their personal funds that they're earning. What does the next sort of 12-month look like in regards to that?
Yeah, I think the reason why I bring people in that do slightly different things is because life experience is also really important to becoming a well-rounded agent. You're dealing with so many people from different walks of life. I think the more you understand like that financial planning about money, what's the purpose of money, taxes, you can start not giving tax advice, but letting your clients know like what is more tax efficient for them based on the purchases that they want to make, for example. They will trust you with more of their portfolio. So all of the things are to benefit our agents to grow their earnings, definitely, grow their reputation in the market. And we're definitely doing more around social media, wanting them to get their personal brands going. This is a digital age. If you're not on social media, you don't exist.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of 007 secret agents out there, and we're trying to bring them out of their shell a little bit more. We want to see more YouTube content. We want to see more, people giving value for buyers or potential buyers that are interested in investing in this market. Our Luxfolio agents should be all over that, especially the ones that have so much experience in this market. They should be sharing that value. So anything we can do to like make them more confident, equip them with the skills they need, making sure they're in the right groups, networking out there in Dubai. So yeah, we've got all of that. I think also another part is digital learning. As we grow and as Jack is doing these amazing things with AI, we also need to integrate learning in that. And agents should be able to just on command, just say things like, okay, what are the top 3 questions I need to ask with this? And they should be able to draw that information from the wealth of trainings that we've got and get these, responses and things like that. So as we go, we'll continue to integrate, technology into the training and make sure that they can have learning on demand.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we sat through a fantastic prompt engineering is the correct terminology, I believe.
Correct, yeah.
Workshop the other day, which was fantastic. So Jess, new starts coming over. What should they be preparing for prior to entering your learning and development department? So they're sitting in the UK right now. They're maybe due to start in March, April, whenever that is. What should they be doing prior to coming in and taking part in your training?
This sounds really, really simple, but what I did when I knew I was coming over, I watched so many YouTube videos.
Right.
I watched YouTube videos about like the best places to live in Dubai, best things to do, different demographics of people, just learning about the market. What is Dubai all about? Why are so many people moving to Dubai? Like all of these searches will just bring up so many hits. And I think the more you understand like what you're about to step into in terms of this city, what is this city all about? Why does everyone want to move here? Why does everyone want to live here? What's this opportunity all about? I think you'll be able to understand that the opportunity you get, should you be offered a role with Lux, is a life-changing one. So the more research they can do, the better. But I'm quite a visual person, so YouTube really works for me. I don't know if you want to read the newspaper or read books, but I think YouTube will go a really long way.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I know it's hard for you to take your morning and spend it on a yacht just floating around.
Like life is so hard right now.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate your insight into learning and development.